So here's a story that's definitely getting a lot of attention on Reddit. All about a guy who was with his girl a couple of years, about to propose to her. He's literally ring shopping, and then found out that she was cheating on him. And of course, she's so sorry and all that song and dance. But instead of handling it the way a lot of guys handle it, this guy is now cheating on her and really putting the mental gymnastics on her and that whole thing. And as you can imagine, the comment section is heavily divided in this whole thing, either saying he's the bad guy or not the bad guy here. And I'm doing this to show you how this happens, and I want to hear what you guys think in the comments section. And the title of the story is, Am I the a-hole for checking out my relationship after my girlfriend cheated on me? It says, I, a 31-year-old male, have been in a relationship with my girlfriend Mia, a 29-year-old female, for a bit more than 2 years. Overall, life has been good for us, and our relationship has always felt very strong. Well, we shall see. For most of our time together, I imagined that we eventually would get married, have kids, and grow old together. Mia said this is what she wanted several times herself. Okay, so she's made abundantly clear that's what she wants too. Starting around June of this year, Mia started acting strangely. She became stressed out with her work and became very snappy towards me. Not cool. Don't tolerate that crap, man. You gotta check her. I tried my best to be supportive during this time, given that she had just started a new job, but she would constantly be pushing me away. No, if she's snapping at you and being rude to you and all that, you don't just be supportive and take it. That's acting like a mangina. That's nice guy crap. Okay, she's gonna lose respect for you. And if she's doing all this, there could be something going on behind the scenes. I got suspicious when I started noticing how protective she was of her work phone around me. Major red flag. She'd been reading stuff on it all the time and was always looked so happy while doing so. Whenever I would come by, she would quickly lock the screen. Come on, how obvious can you be? This continued for weeks, and I'm not proud to admit it, but I started shoulder surfing Mia whenever she'd bring out her work phone, and after about a week of this, I learned the password. What's ironic is around this time, I was also ring shopping as I planned on proposing some point in the fall, but that never panned out. You were ring shopping at a time period where she's acting very suspicious. She's snapping at you, obviously probably being distant. I'm sure probably the SEX has come to a screeching halt. She's always on her phone, probably about other things. That's not the time to go ring shopping. That's the time to go apartment hunting to move out. So one day in August, when Mia was out with some of her friends, I took this as an opportunity to go through her work phone, and what I found completely destroyed me. I really don't want to get into the details, but in summary, Mia started a relationship with one of her coworkers, Paul. The signs are always there. This is why I cover these stories, so guys can understand this in advance. From what I could tell, it went on for about 2 months. Paul kept pressing on her to leave me. But Mia seemed reluctant and kept on giving him excuses for why she couldn't leave, but reassured him that she continued continuing to see him. So, in other words, this is a win-win situation for her. She can have this guy who's telling the story here to pay the bills, be her guy, probably propose to her. I'm sure she could see the ring coming sooner or later, but still get some sausage on the side. And I want to point out she's 29. 29, a lot of gals freak out if they don't have a ring, and also freak out that they're getting old, so they gotta sometimes prove something to themselves like they still got it. Not justifying her behavior, I'm just pointing this out. When Mia came home, I confronted her, and she surprisingly owned up to it. Well, that's the first time in human history. She apologized and cried more than I can remember. Let me guess, she's so sorry. She said that she never meant to hurt me, and she'd take it back if she could. What a load of crap. She's the one, he saw the messages that she and Paul, she's like, oh, don't worry, Paul, we can still get it on, continue on here. Don't worry about my guy here, please. She claimed that her stress and depression clouded her judgment and that Paul was a loser who couldn't compare to me. And yet she was still sucking his you-know-what this whole time. And probably doing a whole lot of things with Paul that she wasn't doing with this guy. A loser. Guess what? Many people have been stressed and depressed about their job, where they are in life. Life can be very, very hard, guys. It doesn't mean we're going to go betray the person that we claim we love and it treats us so well, right? I don't remember much of the conversation, but I do remember it ending with us agreeing to take a break from each other for a few weeks so that I could gather my thoughts. She moved in with one of her friends that night. So who said take a break? Did she say or did this guy here? That's what I want to know. I'm automatically thinking of the show Friends. For you guys who watched Friends back in the 90s or the 2000s, you know what I'm talking about, the whole take a break thing, how that whole thing worked out. The pain and disappointment I felt over the next few weeks were crippling. Over time, I feel like I completely morphed into an angry and bitter person, and I honestly don't even recognize myself anymore. Well, no one can blame you. You were going to propose to her. Thank God you didn't. And this is how she treated you. And this whole thing that she never meant to hurt you and she'd take it back if she could. What a load of crap. She's at her friend's house and she's probably hooking out with Paul. Or Bill or Jose or Steve or anybody else that she's not mentioning. Mia returned back to my apartment at the start of October and apologized again. She hasn't apologized since. She said that she couldn't even imagine the pain she brought me and has vowed to never cheat again. I do believe her, as she has asked Paul to not contact her unless it was work-related, and she has been trying to her utmost to repair things with me. Well, not that he should be with her anymore. I mean, the second he found out, he should have abruptly ended with her. None of this take a break crap. But if he was going to take her back, which he shouldn't, he should have said, well, you're getting another job. You're not working with this jerk-off anymore. She is constantly putting in maximum effort to please me and is adamant that there is no one else she'd rather spend the rest of her life with. We've also started couples therapy on Mia's dime, but to be completely honest, I'm checked out of this relationship as everything on Mia annoys me now, from how she looks to the sound of her voice. Yeah, dude, you're done. Your trust in her has been completely broken, destroyed into a million pieces. And you've been with her a couple of years, and yeah, a couple of years is a long time, but it ain't forever. You'll heal, you'll move on, you cannot be with her. At this stage, I've made up my mind that I want to dump Mia. Well, do or do not, there is no try. Fucking do it. The experience has spoiled this relationship for me. I've also started chatting with some other women on dating apps. I've been on some dates and spent a few nights away. So, although nobody can blame him for now he's obviously cheating on her and banging some chicks, I disagree with this on the fact that now he's just stooped to her level. Right, because technically they're still together. He didn't break up with her. They're not on a break, and a break is a breakup. I might add. He's stooping to her level. Now she has something on him. And by the way, the comment section is so divided on this. I'm 90% certain that Mia knows what I'm up to. I've not been discreet about what I've been doing at all. For example, a few nights ago, I was going on a date. I'm guessing Mia knew, as she asked me where I was going, and I told her it was none of her concern. She seemed hurt by this, but didn't press me any further. She'll randomly say things like, I love you, or you mean so much to me. But either I just nod or act like I didn't hear her. I was telling a few of my friends about this last night, and they both think that I should just dump her immediately, since I'm wasting my own time, and Mia isn't worth getting angry over. I agree with it. Now, I still am not sure if they're back together, or on a break, and he can do what he wants. I don't know, But regardless, he should have broken up with her, but I think she definitely deserves some mental gymnastics here. It's warranted in my opinion, but still. One of them suggested I post here to gain some insights for a wider audience, since he thinks I'm being a bit of an a-hole for dragging this out, so here I am. For those wondering, I'll probably be dumping her and kicking her out of my apartment at some point in January. So, again, I got no problem him giving her some mental gymnastics. She does deserve some, something, but he's stooping to her level. Two wrongs don't make a right. He should just end it with... If he wants to end it with her and bang all her friends, then I have no problem with this. I would find that quite funny to read that story. But now, so just end it. That's what I think. But anyhow, comment section is divided like I've never seen before. You got plenty of people are on his side saying she deserves it, and other people, nope. So I'm going to read some, and I'll let you guys decide, and you all can debate this in the comment section. One guy says here, she's the a-hole for cheating. You're the a-hole for stringing this whole thing out and now basically cheating on her. Two wrongs don't make a right. End it now and be done with it. Another one. This guy says, not the a-hole. She claimed that her stress and depression clouded her judgment, never an ounce of accountability. Women do things for petty revenge, keying a man's car, cutting up his clothes, etc. When they discover he's cheating, women all rally around her and say he deserves it. Now that you are getting revenge, you'll be called out for it. Don't bother with the discussion, just text her, tell her it's over, and then block her. Another one. This is someone against him. Grow up. You're basically cheating to get back at her. Why? You're no better than her at this stage. Break up and then date cheater. Yep. And last one, this is longer. This is kind of like middle ground here. This guy says, having been in exactly his position, I'll go on a limb and say he's not necessarily the a-hole. I do believe he should stop fucking around and end it though, but only because what he's doing is detrimental to him, not her. We all react to trauma in different ways. Being cheated on by someone you not only love but thought you'd be spending the rest of your life with, he was ring shopping, mind you, almost feels like you completely lost the person entirely. You legitimately grieve because the person you thought they were basically died, and all that remains is a husk of the person you loved. You see a cruelly slapped together puppet that smiles with their face, laughs with their voice, and touches with their skin, but it's not them anymore, and you're not even really sure who this was. Some may even extrapolate this realization to other people and come to terms with the fact that you can't really know or trust anyone, not completely. This kind of grief can take years to truly recover from. OP, you need to just dump her and move on, for your sake. You'll never really begin to start healing until the ghost of your loved one is cut out of your life. I'm sorry for your loss. So there you go. It's a mixed comment section. You guys can check it out. So what do you think, guys? Is he the a-hole here by stooping to her level and banging some chicks when I suppose they're technically still in a relationship? Or hey, bring it on. Eye for an eye. She deserves this. She deserves to know what it's like. Who knows? Frankly, me, because I don't need drama and shit in my life, I would have broken up with her the second I found out, even though it was hurting, and moved on. And purely just him ending it with her and moving on, that would be revenge in and itself. And then if he wanted to bang one of her friends, because usually it's interesting in these stories, a lot of times these guys will have these girls cheat on them, and it turns out like some of her friends, at least one of them, really likes him, and sometimes they end up banging one of her friends. That'd be the way to go. Or just simply, he moves on from her, finds a chick who's better looking than her, preferably a little younger than her, has a happy life. That's the great revenge. The problem is he doesn't get to see her, fuming over that whole thing. So guys, I want you all to debate in the comment section. Is he the a-hole or is he not the a-hole? I will be paying attention and looking in on these conversations, debates real soon.